So 2023 didn't start off terribly, but it was in no way comparable to what was to come for us with the Ashes of Creation. Now, if Intrepid does what they did in the mid to second half of 2023, then I definitely believe 2024 will be the best year for Ashes of Creation yet. We're gonna rank the live streams from this year and talk about what we want to see more of and what improvements could be and were made. Coming in at number 12, we got the tank. Now, there were a lot of people who were upset with how this showcase turned out. They fixed this issue in my opinion since, but it did seem before that they would load into the world and almost just wander around showing off the class and not necessarily having a game plan, or at least that's what it looked like with a tank showcase. Intrepid even took down the initial stream and redid the entire showcase, which is what you'll now see when you search the tank showcase. Personally, I think class showings are some of the hardest to do if you don't have anything planned. If you're also not prepared for what's to come when showing off a class, I'm talking about the zone that you're in with the mobs, pulls, etc. That's going to hurt your image as well. I also think because it was a brand new year, we went through 2022 with no Alpha 2 dates or anything, and this is how it started. And I think that's what really got people upset. You also have the people who demanded that Intrepid do better. Now, I didn't think it was that serious because they've shown us that we can trust them so far, so just let the mistake go, just because it didn't seem malicious, but it 100% was not the way to start off the new year. I'm gonna be honest, if they didn't start with this hiccup, then this would have ranked higher for me. I also said this in my last video, but once we get class showings that are up there with the updated Cleric and updated Ranger, I really believe we'll all be satisfied. Number 11 is gonna have to be the UI showcase because it's just that, a user interface. Now, you don't have too many people in this genre who are super pumped to learn more about the UI and how it's coming along, but as someone who has been following the project, I thought it was dope to see. Big shout out to the lead UI designer, Colby Marchi. Keep going, man, you're killing it. Having different customizable windows, having different loadouts for your UI, raiding, PvP, etc. I think that's all super dope, right? This was almost a year ago, so imagine what it's like now. Number 10 has to be World Events. World Events was a pretty cool stream, but it 100% felt like a filler stream. We've seen gameplay of Stephen killing mobs, so there wasn't anything new in that area. This showcase explained how their vision of world events would work, and I understand that it's more about materials, but I think the general consensus is that people get together, people go to a place, people kill mobs, people get reward. Regardless of what the reward is, how difficult the event is, the core formula doesn't really change. And it didn't help that this was the stream that Alpha 2 was confirmed for 2024. That in itself took over the entire stream, which is why it felt like a filler stream or a less hype stream, right? Because you wouldn't want your most exciting announcement to be announced alongside another hype announcement because one would die out. Number 9, we got the Mage. Now, I thought the Mage showcase was pretty dope. This was the first showcase after the tank, so I think that they really wanted to get this right. We got a really nice approach to the Mage's abilities. The area that we were in was another spot in the Riverlands, and we got to see the Mage cook up, which was dope. We also got to see a gliding mount, and that was really interesting because those types of mounts aren't really discussed much. The Mage showcase was much better than the tank showcase, and this was the start of Intrepid going in the right direction regarding their class showcases. Number 8's gotta be the World Boss Showcase, man. We got to see my man Tumok roaming around the land, knocking down some trees, the raid party gameplay. It was pretty lit. We've seen gameplay and we've continued to see gameplay, so it's hard to rank this higher when we had so many hard-hitting streams this year. Again, I really think Tumak walking around Vera like he owns the place, affecting the land, which is going to affect how people make their livelihood in the game. Being careful of where he is in game is really good for immersion, and I want to see more of that with other raid bosses in the world. So 7 and 6 can be interchangeable, but I'm really leaning on 7 being the updated Ranger showcase and 6 being the updated Cleric showcase. The differences in the two streams were minimal, but with the updated Cleric showcase, more of the land was explored, bigger pulls were had, and this is the showcase that I believe Intrepid showed to be taking notes from. We had the tank and mage earlier, but the Cleric showcase was really just sitting in one spot, explaining a ton of abilities, having a great game plan, and then going out into the world to show us what we just saw in real time. This is the formula that I believe they'll be using from now on, because I think that the community really does enjoy seeing this format. Now with the Ranger, yo, homie did the same thing as the Cleric, and I thought the Ranger showcase was great, but I can't put the student before the teacher. I really hope every class showing is just like these two showcases right here, because we really got to focus on the class. Alright, so now we got the top 5, and who better to take the number 5 spot than story arcs? I don't think story arcs get enough love. Gonna be honest with you, we have a system in Ashes of Creation where, depending on what you do and how you act, that'll change your server. Those changes aren't reflective of any other server. So let's say there's 3 servers during Alpha 2 and story arcs are active. That means there will be 3 different stories because no server will be the same. This changes everything because in MMOs, what happens week 1 or month 1?
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just found out the biggest exploit in Ashes of Creation. This is gonna allow you to hit max level on day 1. Steven said it wasn't possible, but I found out that it is. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, but first, ad.
Now, I'm not saying that this won't happen because I'm sure there will be people who want to cover their specific server. But think about that. If you're on the Sky Purple server, you're not gonna be inclined to watch a video based on how to kill the secret raid boss on the Earth Black server because that currently doesn't apply to you. Story arcs are gonna change the game, man. Literally. Number 4 is crafting, and the crafting stream actually was a really good stream. We got to see the entire process from start to finish. Steven going out into the world, gathering the materials, processing the materials, and then finally crafting the materials. Once Steven was able to craft his sword, he was even able to add on some more materials to make the sword even stronger. As someone who is aiming to be a crafter, I know I'll be spending a lot of my time here. I really am excited to see what the best crafting on a metro node is going to look like. We also got to see one of the corrupted real quick in some gameplay, and the dude looked terrifying. Easily one of my favorite streams this year. 3 has gotta be the Caravan stream, bro. We went from one node to another, and the trip itself took 30 minutes. Talk about immersion. Being locked in for 30 minutes, driving your caravan, trying not to get attacked by other players. Gonna be honest though, if we saw a true PvP in the last Caravan showcase, this easily has the potential to be number 1. It's all good though, we're seeing that next month. Customizing your caravan in itself is something a lot of people are going to be spending a lot of time on. Do you want to prioritize space, damage, health, etc.? This is going to be really fun to play around with once we get our hands on it. Number 2 is the node showcase. Come on, man. The node that we saw was super big, dude. Getting around to time, the world looked alive. It did have a few glitches, and then seeing the buildings be built in real time though, is like some next level stuff. It's almost like, why are they going this hard? The craziest thing though is that we only saw a village. There are still 3 more stages to that node to see, and they'll get bigger with each upgrade. Now I really did enjoy the feeling of them being in a space that felt very alive. There's a ton to explore, a ton going on, and a ton to be done. I know for a fact that the mayor is going to have their work cut out for them. Number 1, can I get a drum roll, please?
Drum roll, please.
Dog, it's the Freehold showcase. What else could it have been? This stream changed the entire year for Intrepid. This was the stream where they took a different approach to how they showcased their streams. And I think it worked out really well for them. I'm personally a huge fan of the PowerPoint showcases followed by gameplay because it allows us to learn way more than just trying to listen to what's being said during the stream. Now, I don't hate gameplay, but I understand that we can't play the game currently, so I'm genuinely happy when we get information to chat about with each other because that could be updates, systems, or whatever it may be. It also helps that the gameplay showcase was heat. Seeing how much land you'll own, what type of buildings can be put down, the mount staying around even when you dismount. This showcase really did it for me, and I really hope we get some more like this. As I stated in the beginning of the video, if we get consistent streams like the Node, Caravan, Crafton, and Freehold showcase, the entire 2024 is going to be great, mark my words. It's only gonna help too, since this is all leading up to Alpha 2. I think we could possibly be starting the year off this way though, because again, we're going to be seeing PvP next month, and that's what everyone is waiting for. Intrepid is ready, and 2024 is their year. 2023 was a solid year. I'm really glad that we got some Alpha 2 news, man, because if we didn't, I genuinely do not know how things would have turned out for us, the community, for Intrepid, and of course, Ashes of Creation. I think it would have been bad. No worries though, because I'm looking forward to what 2024 is going to bring. Yo, what do you think of my list? Please let your boy know in the comment section below. Also, my giveaway for the Alpha 2 keys has ended, but within the coming months, I will be having another giveaway for 5 more keys, so stay locked in. Hey man, if you haven't created an Ashes of Creation account yet, feel free to use my link in the description. If you're looking for a place to come kick it and chill, hop in the Discord. If you want to stay up to date with me, feel free to follow me on X and Twitch where I stream the live monthly updates, all right? Have a safe new year. I will talk to you guys next year, all right? Take care.